Better turn that on. Parks Board meeting for Monday, April 25th. Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you lead us in the pledge?
Certainly. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's my boy. I love it. Mr. Keith, do we have any citizens' comments, sir?
No, sir. None tonight.
Much. Very good. I'll hear a motion to approve. Mr. Pike, second. Mr. Golden. Any questions? No. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Good job by you. Under the old business park project updates, Mr. Gilly.
Yes, sir. I have 3 updates on major projects. Memorial Park Fountain, you will see that start to be demoed this week as we get ready to renovate it. Soccer security cameras in both concession areas, we're still waiting on them to be installed. And the welcome sign for Exit 7, the LED sign, hopefully will be installed mid to late May. That's my big project update.
Well, that was great. Thank you, sir. Any questions? Mr. Perry's here. We can start officially now. Good to see you, Bubba. Under old business bike pump track update, Mr. Gilly.
Yes, sir. You all will recall they came here looking at a site at Veterans Park, that a citizens group. We think, as of right now, we're working on a plan for that bike pump track to be moved out to the Greenway area along the Saundersville Road strip park that our Parks Department does not really maintain. So that would keep it out of our jurisdiction, but it could be a very good location for something like that.
Very nice. Questions? Very well done, Mr. Gilly. Under new business, Summer Jam, Adam Graves. Approach the bench, sir. How do you plead? Never mind.
How are y'all this evening?
Is the button push? Yeah.
Yes, it is, yes. How are y'all this evening? Good.
State your name, sir.
My name's Adam Graves, and I'm with Long Hollow Church. I'm coming to y'all just to pitch an idea that we have that we would love to do at Veterans Park in Mary's Magical Place, and it's called Summer Jam. We traditionally do a very large VBS at Long Hollow, and we are unable to do so this year because of construction on our campus, and this would be like a VBS family night, basically. We're doing 2 this summer, 1 in White House, and then we would love to do the second one here in Hendersonville. And it would be about 3 hours long, 2.5, 3 hours long. The first hour, it would just be kind of a hangout time. We would have food trucks there, maybe a few vendors, and then so that would be from 5 to 6, and then at 6 o'clock would start our family show. We would be bringing in an LED screen, a stage, sound equipment, lights, and it would be just about a 45-minute interactive show for the entire family to participate in and be involved in. There would be fun games for the entire family throughout the entire event, and it would just be an exciting time, and it's open to the entire community. There's no cost to attend, and that's pretty much the gist of it. Any questions?
Am I on events like this? Is it usual that we have a site plan of some sort, since there's going to be food trucks and other things, to be able to visualize, where that might be? Is that typical for this, Andy?
Normally we've not really done site plans, with the exception of things that have maybe major security involved or alcohol. We will have an internal site plan working with the vendor, and we can share that with you all for certain. But Keith and Dallas, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but something like this, we've not typically had a site plan in the Parks Board packet. I will say, I think it's going to be a great event. I think we're going to have to work with them on the date. I think we're looking at, on your packet, I think it says July 15th.
Yeah.
But I believe that date is going to be a different date.
Yes, and we're totally okay with moving it to the next Friday.
July 22nd is what we're looking at. we have a huge softball tournament in both parks the week of July 15th. So appreciate you all being flexible on that.
Thank you.
We will have to work with you too on where everybody's going to park.
Yes.
So that'll be fun.
Okay, yeah, we'll be happy to work with anybody to figure that out. We have an entire parking team together for this event, so.
If you ever want to loan your parking team to us for other events, that would save us a couple $1,000s every time we have something in the park.
Yeah.
I don't see you going like this. More question? Do I hear a motion to approve?
A motion to approve, subject to them getting a correct date for the event.
Okay. Mr. Bennett first, Mr. Perry second. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Thank you, sir. You did a wonderful job of approaching the bench.
There he is.
All right, look.
Start.
Now we can really start.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Bowler. Good to see you, sir. Okay, under new business, Food Truck Fridays, Mr. Evans.
We're going to bring that back next month. We got a little. We're going to have a little meeting internally with the executive branch and bring that back next month.
Do I need to be there? No, I guess not. No,
Maybe, can be.
no, you know. Okay. Well, that's great. That's all of new business. Quarterly financial report updates. I'm going to give y'all a couple minutes to kind of scan that a little bit because I know I have not. Math was not ever my high point.
I do have a question. The box lacrosse, that's a separate group, right? I mean, and will they start to present financials like this?
Somewhat. They're more of an individual team as opposed to a whole league. They just started practicing this weekend, so we'll look at that. We've sort of treating them like we do the rhythm, the baseball, as a semi-pro team is what they are. So that's the way we handle that.
Need a couple more minutes? Mr. Bowler seems to be deep in thought, so I'm going to give him. All right, if there are no questions, I think we'll move right on. This could be the quickest meeting we've ever had. For your information, I'm just, I was talking to some guys at work about the disciplinary thing, and his kids are in Westmoreland, and at White House, and he said they have the same problems there. I just wish that we could hang a 25 by 50 sign over there saying they're just kids. They're just kids, and to see that not only a player, but then the father and then the grandfather got into it is just sad. So, all right, I guess special events list. I think you can read that. I'll have Mr. Pike read it to me after a while. Site map for the Live Long Nashville.
Mr. Chairman, this is kind of like what we were talking about earlier. This is now basically a recurring event. But since there is alcohol being sold, we wanted you all to have the same site map that they had last year.
Thank you, sir. All right, well, let's just blow right on ahead to staff reports. Ms. Hamlin, the recreation coordinator.
Thank you. I had my special needs Easter egg hunt at Mary's Magical Place. It was a great event. The first session, about half the participants came. Then the other two sessions, most everyone came. It was a cool night. Peter Cottontail visited, and the children were able to get pics as well as get lots of eggs. We had approximately 3,000 eggs donated. Sponsors for the event were Jennifer Armstrong Real Estate, alongside with Lakeside Parks, Junior Service League, MBM Pro Wash, and Honeysuckle Lane. Jennifer Armstrong Real Estate also gave away a membership to the Nashville Zoo. Congrats to Barbara Duke on being the lucky winner. Special Needs Baseball has begun. We play on Friday evenings and Saturday mornings, and I shared schedule with all of you guys in case you want to come see us one night. We currently have about 46 signed up, and once we get done with that, we'll be moving over to kickball. Kickball will start mid-May and run through June. Registration is going on now through May 6th, so people can come in and get registered. The preschool track meet for special needs has been canceled due to lack of people signing up. The fishing rodeo is Friday evening, June 10th, and that is free. And then the Kids Club Special Needs Program, we just had pre-registration. The camp will run from June 13th to July 22nd. It will be held at Merrill Hyde Magnet School. There are a few days that we're going to have to work around his schedule and his building, and so I'm just going to work with him. So there may be a few days we either have to cancel or find somewhere else to go at that time. We currently have a few openings still in the Kids Club program. The cost is $350 for 6 weeks. Campers bring their lunch and drinks daily. Hours are 8:30 to 1:30, Monday through Friday. I am seeking part-time workers for the Kids Club program. So if anybody's looking for a part-time job, especially high school kids, college kids, teacher assistants, teachers, anybody who just wants to work for 6 weeks, they need to come in, get an application, and get an interview set up. Any questions?
When is the kids camp again? What are the dates?
June 13th through July 22nd.
Questions? Stellar job, Ms. Hamlin.
Thank you.
Recreation, is it Mr. Fugate or Fugate?
Fugate.
Fugate, because I was so intent on calling you Oreo that I didn't even get your last name.
You can call me that. I'll answer.
And I promise you, I'll call you Oreo every other meeting. How's that?
Hey, that's fine by me.
You go right ahead, young man.
Men's Open League softball is running smoothly. The only issue we've ran into is the rainouts. Babe Ruth, we're still waiting on one coach to step up as either the head coach or another assistant coach. Adult basketball signups end on Wednesday. We're currently sitting at 9 teams with 3 team spots left. Summer T-ball and quickball signups have ended this past Friday. We are taking late registration for a few spots that are open for our 5U and 6U T-ball. Quickball is full, which you can come in and register in person, but with a late fee added. And then pickleball dates for May will be added to the QR code this month, by the end of this month. And that is it.
Very nice. Question? Thank you, sir. Special Events Supervisor, Mr. Evans.
Yeah, I mean, this past weekend, I don't know if you guys saw over the weekend, but this is definitely like the first, I would say, real big weekend of pretty much everything going on at every single park. So the weather was really nice. Everything was successful from what we gathered back from either talking to people. So I hope you guys got a chance to get out and see any of it. It was pretty good weekend for us. Not a lot going on this coming weekend. May, again, really does ramp back up some bigger events as well. So by the time we meet again, we'll really be kicking, a lot of our leagues will be ending by the time we meet again, but all of our weekend tournaments are really about to ramp back up. So I think the big 4th of July tournament, we've got 2 really that weekend. They're at 268 teams. And I talked to the guy with PGF today, and it's the week after that, and they have 125 teams. So just preparing, working with maintenance, trying to make sure we're prepared on the front end. But big concerts coming up. But next time we meet, I don't know if we'll meet before these, but the Diamond Rio concert is on the 24th at Saunders Ferry Park. The full lineup will come out this week. And then May 30th is the free concert with the Isaacs at Veterans Park. So great chance for everybody to get outside. The 24th is the last day of school, so great chance for any teachers, anybody else to start the summer off right. Let's go listen to Meet Me in the Middle by Diamond Rio. So should be a good night. Feel free to always check on the website. We're keeping that up to date with all of our events. So ramping up.
Thank you, Mr. Stebbins. Questions? Parks Maintenance Superintendent, Mr. Granat.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being here. Parks maintenance staff completed 30 work orders last week on top of all normal activities. Wet conditions made preparations for our soccer tournament last week a little challenging. Had several staff members step up and work some overtime during the week to get all the mowing done and lines and all the soccer goals moved and everything that we did. So it really turned out great, and we weren't so sure a few days before how that was going to go. So I was glad to see that we were able to get all that in, and the wet conditions cleared up, and it was great. AED and fire extinguisher inspections happened today in the rain. These are the type of inspections that happen every month in the parks maintenance staff. Things I don't talk about always, but these are things that keep us in guidelines with TOSHA and OSHA and all those important government agencies that tell us what to do. So just to throw that out there, that those are things that we do. We have guys assigned to different types of inspections, and we try to take advantage of rainy days, afternoons to do those type of things. Just time management and using people where we can when we can't do things outside. So I wanted to mention that. It's something that just don't normally bring up, but and like he said, last weekend was really kind of the first big weekend where we really were stretched out through different parks, and from what I saw and what I talked to different people, I think everything went really well. Didn't hear any negative comments or anything. Heard some good stuff, so that was great. So kudos to all the guys that worked this weekend and made all that happen.
Questions? Thank you, Mr. Knight. Assistant Director, Mr. Long.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As everyone's mentioned, there's been a lot of rain at the park past couple of weeks, so we have a lot of makeups with rec soccer and flag football that we're currently working on now. Middle school soccer season is officially over at the park. Adult soccer is just getting started. They've been able to play one game. All their others have been rained out so far, so we're working with them as well on some makeup dates. Tennessee United had the biggest tournament in the history of their club this past weekend. Had about 230, 240 teams in the park. It was an incredible weekend. It was a great tournament for them. And then now we've began conversations starting today on their adult soccer tournament, which will be next month, Memorial Day weekend, which will be a first for Tennessee United to have that. We got about 3 weekends left for rugby, including the Middle Tennessee championships and then the state championships. So that'll conclude middle of May. And then coming up, this will be the last weekend for the regular season of lacrosse. And I was just talking to Greg, their director, just before this meeting, and the middle school team is looking like they'll be the #1 seed, which will be a first for that club. So we'll be excited to host them for the first round of the playoffs, and hopefully further on in that. And then other than that, we've got a lot of compliments on our soccer fields over the past couple of weeks, and I just want to thank both of our soccer clubs as well as our maintenance staff for all the contributions and everything they do with those fields. They're probably in the best shape I've seen in 4 or 5 years, so just want to throw that out there. Thanks.
Very nice. Questions? Thank you, Mr. Long. Assistant Director, Mr. Bruce.
Thank you, sir. Again, we're talking about rain, so we will talk about the fast pitch rain, the baseball rain, the middle school baseball rain, and the open baseball team rain. So all those leagues are in the process of makeup games. I know Mr. Bennett is happy about all the games, the multiple games per week that his daughter's getting to play. He's quite happy about that.
Very much so.
No problem. Again, so that's baseball, fast pitch, and middle school baseball. Middle school baseball is a little bit behind. They were going to try to do their tournament this coming week, I believe, but they'll still going to get it in. It'll just be a couple weeks later. Hockey's still up and playing games every Saturday morning, or excuse me, Saturday, majority of the day, and practicing during the week. The senior men actually got some games in this past week. Understand a rookie named Bubba Perry started out the year on the 52 and over, had a good first night. Heard the rumor about that, so
He'll be signing autographs here in a little bit. On your arm.
And then the box lacrosse, very first practices this weekend. I went by there and saw those guys. They're thrilled to have a place to play. So we'll see how that goes throughout the year, but the first weekend looked well. Everything went good.
Very nice.
Thank you, sir.
Listen, I have some bad news. You know, I've always considered myself as a kickball aficionado.
I think most people do.
Indeed, indeed. Well, our church, First Baptist, is starting a league, and I made the meeting, and I said, I'll be glad to help you coach. And they went, well, you know, I don't think so. And I said, well, at least I can play. And they went, well, you know, we've really got enough people, so I'm retiring completely for that. So I know it's sad, isn't it sad? Okay, Parks Director, Mr. Gilly.
I hate to hear that.
I do too, man.
Do we
I was
need to have a
primed and
retirement ceremony or anything?
Huh?
We need to have a retirement ceremony or?
It's, yeah.
Okay.
It'll be in the newspaper, I'm sure, yeah.
I want to echo what Dallas said about the Tennessee United tournament as well as the rugby tournament this past weekend. It made for a great kind of venues across the parks, and we can also need to remember that we had a huge Tennessee Bass Federation tournament that Sumner County Tourism helped bring here at Sanders Ferry Park. So we had literally things going on all over the place, plus lots of high school tennis going on at the Memorial Park tennis facility. It is a lot to keep up with, and it's a lot for everybody to be informed about. So I know we send out a lot of information. If you ever have questions or think you missed something, just let us know. Also want to give a great thanks to our maintenance staff. Today, before it rained, they were able to get every field cut, that's impressive. But it needed to happen before it rained because we get so behind when it rains, and then it creates a mess. And they've been doing a great job with the mowing crews all over the place. As Wade said, we do have 3 kind of major events coming up for you all to be aware of music-wise in the parks. Diamond Rio, May 24th. The Isaacs, May 30th. You can go for anybody, the thousands watching at home. You can go to HendersonvilleJam.com and get tickets to those. Wade and I are also kind of lending our efforts to the Salvis Center to help them with the fundraiser they're doing. Not really an official parks event, but they're just asked for our support and what little knowledge or expertise we have about putting on fundraisers. So we'll be looking for that June the 9th at Jolly Ollie's. That'll be fun. Budget talks will begin really tomorrow. I'll be in the Public Works Committee discussing our budget, so if you want to watch that, it'll kind of give you a little insight to things coming up. Won't bore you to death with the details tonight, but you all will have a copy of the budget to recommend or not recommend next month at your meeting. And then also, he's not here tonight, but Mr. Frank is leaving us as a Parks Board member. And we will be getting a new representative from Sumner County Schools, and we'll have a little honor for him when we can get him back up here.
Very nice.
That's all I have. I was trying to be done before 6:30.
He was a good man.
Mission accomplished.
Good man. All right, on the round table, Ms. Rathard.
I have one thing that kind of has to do with parks, kind of not, but it's a huge for the city of Henderson.
Kickball.
No, but I could sort of, if we cheering. No, for the city of Hendersonville, it's huge news because I just found out before we came in here that Cherville Athletics, their team won gold at Worlds tonight.
No.
And tonight, like they just found a day, and that's huge in the cheer world. Like this is the cream of the crop competition, and they are the only team in Tennessee to ever win the silver, gold, and bronze. So they won silver in 2019, bronze last year, and they just found out they won gold tonight.
Wow.
And yeah, so it's a first for Tennessee. It's great.
Very nice.
So congrats and to the coaches and the team athletes.
Indeed. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Bennett?
I can't follow that up. I'm good. Thank you.
I'm still ruling over the kickball. Mr. Golden?
Yeah, I just spent a lot of time in the parks this weekend. Thank you to the entire team and the maintenance crew for pulling that together. It looked fantastic. Also wanted to say congratulations to Tennessee United for their have hired a new executive director, Jamie Smith, who hopefully each of you on the board will get a chance to meet in due time. Most recently came to the club from the youth academy at Nashville Soccer Club. So just a tremendous addition to the community and to Tennessee United. So congratulations to them, and that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Ferry.
Sorry I was late. Thank you all. Thank your guys down there, Jeremy. They're awesome. I'm there early a lot, and that fresh cut grass in the morning about 6:30, 7 o'clock, it smells so good down there. Thank them, really. You guys are awesome.
Mr. Pike? What?
I could say some things, but I'm trying to.
I know, but that's,
He's trying to get by 6:30. You got a minute. You got a minute.
I believe it's over between me. Mr. Bowler? Very nice. Real quick, Mr. Gilly, what's going on in the parks? Really quick, I'm making a point of this weekend. Yeah.
This coming weekend is kind of a light weekend.
Well, reason I'm saying this is that
Local league play will be going on, which is very
no
important.
kickball. No, the reason I'm saying this is, we talk about 60 teams and we talk about 80 teams and we talk about 120 teams, and we never mention the financial impact on this. And I think it's good to bring this up from time to time, because the people here in Hendersonville get to sell their stuff. So
I can give you a recent factual, to the best that you can do, economic impact. With the state in December, we did a survey of the hockey tournament. So that was 45, 50 teams for a weekend for just inline hockey. And the estimate for direct local tax impact was $30,000. That's direct in our city. Now the overall, and you talk about overall economic impact, gets up to about $750,000. So you take a Tennessee United tournament with 240 teams, you're talking in the overall, you're talking about millions of economic impact, and very much more than 30,000 direct tax impact. When I say direct, that would be things that you could probably say would come back directly to the city in the coffers. Overall, you talk about economic impact, it's how much did they spend at Wendy's, or how much did they spend at Demos, things like that.
Yeah.
So
they got to eat somewhere.
There's things that we get directly back from them, and then there's just the help to everybody. And I think our local leagues have a huge economic impact that people don't talk about very often. That was discovered when we have had the flood in 2010 and the one in 2019. When those local leagues stop, all these restaurants that have built around our parks suffer. So the local leagues are just as important overall as tournaments.
Exactly. I just feel like it's important to bring those things up, because sometimes I don't believe we put enough emphasis on that as a park system. Anyway, all right. I will accept a motion to. Oh, he's already. Mr. Pike's already ready to go. Mr. Bennett second. All in favor say aye. Aye.